Hey team, new week, new long run, much better mood. 4.5 hours on the clock today while I'm making my way up this hill. Let's go back to what I was preparing for this run and we'll get running in a minute.
Compared to last week's storm, look how still those trees are. I feel so much better about this. These are an electrolyte brand I've been using recently and really love them. They've got a very intentionally salty taste and the salt kind of hits you and then like the fruit flavour hits you. Really nice. They're an American brand but I get them from a UK stockist called Health. Yes, not mispronounced. There is an F on the end. So I got jam sandwiches. I'm going to have Cliff Blocks with me, Morton gels with me, Precision gels with me, the Precision carb mix and caffeinated Tailwind carb mix in my bottles. And how did I forget? I'll be packing a couple of these. So in the back of my pack I've got a random Stroop waffle with some caffeine just in case I need it. There's also some carb fuel in here. This is my mini first aid kit. I'm going to wear my gloves to begin with, still a little bit chilly. Waterproof jackets going in. Then I've got my poles, my fuel. Oh, I've got a head torch in here just in case as well. Shouldn't need it, but just in case. And then my phone, my headphones, toe socks always. These are in Gingy socks. Absolute game changer. I've lost less toenails since switching to these.
Okay, so today you can see how much of a nicer day it is than last week. I'm running from Lulworth to Dalston Country Park, all along the coast. It'll be about 33k, out for about 4.5 hours or so, over 1,000 metres of elevation, and I'm listening to My Dad Wrote a Porno, which I thought I'd finished in like 2019, and I'm so happy to discover 3 more seasons because this is what I listened to when I first started my ultra running journey, training along the Thames Path in Surrey. So it feels like a nice pick me up going into this run after last week, and I'm getting that like funny sense of nostalgia. So yeah, today's going to be a good one. Let's get it. So this part runs through the military firing ranges, but honestly it's one of my favourite places to run. Like, just look how stunning. How lucky am I? This is literally on my doorstep and I get to run here. Like, it's brutal, but it's so stunning. Is this not the most stunning place to run? So I've done 6k so far, and genuinely this 6k has felt shorter than like 1k of last week's run. That's how different this feels, and honestly it just goes to show the difference just 1 week can make, and when a number of different factors aren't coming into play as well. So oh, it feels so good to be back out here and actually having a good time again after last week. So I'm an hour and 5 in, which is about 1/4 of the way, which is wonderful. I am 8.3k. Honestly, such a different run to last week. I'm 1 episode down of season 6 of My Dad Wrote a Porno, so I'm on episode 2 now, and I'm just having a great time. I'm not sure there'll be that much speaking this week because I haven't got anything to really whine about. So far I've not eaten anything, but I've been drinking my carb fuels. I'll probably have my Gel 160 quite soon though. Annoyingly, my rear screen has stopped working on my GoPro, so if I'm showing you like landscape shots, I actually don't know what they're capturing, so hopefully they're good. Reached in my pack and it was a Precision gel that I found, so So I'm pretty much 11k in and just coming out by Kimmeridge Bay. K Bay, baby! So just, you can see, I don't know if you can see actually, there's people like surfing and stuff. A lot of people come down here to surf. Also great if you're out on a long run because there are actually public bathrooms here. So quick pit stop, I'm on the way again. And then unfortunately here, or just down from here, is where you get some coastal path diversions now because the path has just broken away into the sea. We've had quite a lot of cliff falls lately and it's just really sad to see the coastline just disappearing. So I've got to go inland a bit shortly, which, you know, best to be safe and all that, but it is a shame when you can literally see where you would have run has now fallen. So, but yeah, I'm like a third of the way into my run. I'm feeling fantastic. Mood is high, body feels good. Okay, so 2 episodes down, just started the third, and I'm gonna have a jam sandwich. Jam sandwich is going down a treat. I won't make you watch me eat it, but I'm just coming inland now. I go up here to the top of what's called Swire Head, and then I will follow my sticks with my sandwich in my hand, and then I'll go along, and then I'll end up back on the coastal path over there, ready to go along by like Winspit Quarry, Dancing Ledge, and then on to Dalston Country Park where my run finishes today. So a little bit inland now. Once I get to the top of Swire Head, from what I remember, I think it's quite runnable for a bit because going this way cuts off like the famous Chapman's Pool steps, which are also inaccessible right now. So I think I actually get a slog up here, and it gets quite steep up there. A slog up here and then a runnable bit for quite some time actually, and then hopefully avoiding some more confrontational cows. They are not my fave. And then back along the coast to the end. So I am now over halfway. I've done about 3/4 of the total elevation, which is wonderful, and I'm about to start episode 4 of a podcast. Okay, just shy of 3 hours. Look at this mud. Just shy of 3 hours. Honestly, this time last week I'd cried about 17 times and then just went home and cried some more. The only thing is my knees are a bit achy. I think it's the constant long runs for the past. This is like my 6th weekend in a row with a long run over 3 hours, and I got 2 this weekend. So I've got like achy knees, which isn't something I normally have, but I've just popped a couple of ibuprofen. I know there are mixed reviews around running on NSAIDs like ibuprofen, but because of my jaw problems, I've only ever run whilst taking them, so non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. So back in the day when I first started doing ultras, I was actually on naproxen because of my jaw, and then had jaw surgery, and then that's just been a massive hoo-ha. But yeah, ibuprofen all day, every day basically. So yeah, that's fun, isn't it? Anyway, I'm heading back to the coastal path now, and this time of day is stunning. It's time for a gold bar. Honestly, these are so small now. One of these resurrected me in the Jurassic Coast ultramarathon in October at around 50k in, so I had like 6k left, and oh, one of these brought me back to life. So it's time. I've got about 8k left, not long at all. Do you know what I don't like? Cows. And now I've got to go in here. This will be fun. We're all walking in the same direction. I've given them a wide berth and I'm walking, not running, hoping that I'm actually not in here for very long at all. Made it out, back running, 3 hours 20 in, just starting episode 5 of my podcast. Three hours and 45 minutes in. Oh, honestly, it's beautiful. I can't believe I've ran most of this in a t-shirt. Like, isn't it January? I'm not complaining, especially after last week. This is a great scenario, but I just can't believe it. Terrifying. So I'm like 4 hours and 10 minutes in, made it to the car park a bit early, so just filling the time to bring it closer to 4:30. Might not be quite 4:30, but I'm now in Dalston Country Park. I've jumped onto like a little woodland trail. Bonnie! Hello! Alrighty, I am back in the car. Bonnie is in the back. I don't know if you can see her. She likes to pretend she's in like doggy jail with her paws up against the bars. Yes, I'm back in the car. Did 4¼ hours instead, or in the end rather. There was just no point in filling a further 15 minutes for the sake of filling it. When I got here, I bumped into Mark and Bonnie, and I would have just been running like circles around the car park. So I'm happy with 4¼ hours, especially since tomorrow I'm going to go out and do another 2 to 3 hours, but I'm going to keep that in the woods and do less elevation and hopefully just kind of get into some kind of rhythmical running there. But for now, it's time to rest up, eat up, warm up and chill. Also, when is Garmin ever so nice to tell you that you're being productive? So I feel like this needs documenting. I am home and showered. My hair is wild, but dinner's about to go in the oven. I'm going to have a cookie first. These are actually really great around running. 16 grams of protein and, bear with, 55 grams of carbs. That's not a bad post-run snack before we go on to pizza, garlic bread, and a bit. You want some dinner? Yeah, you want some dinner? It is Sunday now. It is just before 6. Coffee necessary. Good morning, it is 7:39. The sun is just coming up. It's a gorgeous sky, but if I turn this camera around right now, it'll literally look like I'm filming into someone's house. So maybe I'll be able to show you if the sky's still nice on the way. But yeah, 7:39, off for my second long run of the weekend. This one is, I'm going back to Wareham Forest where I was a couple of weekends ago, so that there's less elevation. So there's less elevation today compared to yesterday, and it can be a bit more runnable and hopefully get into that like flow state. Let's go. How stunning is this? I don't even know what you can see because my back screen isn't working. So I hope you can see this. Okay, long run number 2, back in Wareham Forest for this one. 2 to 3 hours. Let's go. Okay, keeping the theme going for this run. I'm on episode 6 of My Dad Wrote a Porno, season 6. and honestly, it just made me grin for literally all of my run yesterday. So yeah, I'm just so happy I've discovered more episodes. It's like perfect, distracting, easy listening that just kind of takes you away from everything. It's so funny. Not even 12 minutes in, just had to stop for a wee. 12 minutes in, warmed up into this nicely. I'm still going to take it so easy, like not out to hit a certain pace today, just out to be out for a certain amount of time. So I'd quite like, my route is like half marathon-ish. We'll see how long that takes. And I'd also like to be closer to the 3 hours than the 2, but we'll just see. Garmin's just told me my performance condition is good. I never even know what that means. But this is already, once again, better than last weekend's single long run. I say last weekend, like, that was last Sunday. So I've done 3 hours last Sunday, 4 1/4, 4 1/2 yesterday, 2 3 hours today. So in the space of Sunday to Sunday, this is my 3rd long run technically. So yeah, it's a lot at the moment, but this weekend is so much better than last, even on this run, which is obviously following yesterday's big effort too. So it blows my mind how 2 weeks can be so different from one another. So yeah, let's just see how the rest of the day goes. Food wise, when I got back last night, I had a pizza, half a garlic bread. Actually, no, I had about 2/3 of that garlic bread. I had 750 mils of electrolytes. I had mini eggs, an Outpro dessert, a Lenny and Larry's cookie, a beer, probably close to about 2,000 calories when I finished my run yesterday. So I wanted to risk overshooting it, then undershooting it. And then this morning I had 2 slices of toast, a coffee, my greens, and like a carb drink as well. So I wanted to make sure I had plenty on board for today. I just really didn't want today to go how last week did. And I've never had to be so concentrated on it before. I normally nail it really well, but these things happen, and these things are okay to happen in training, because that's how they hopefully then don't happen for the real deal. So fingers crossed, we learn, we move on, and yeah, so I ate a lot, but I am feeling good. I'm feeling good, no upset stomach or anything, just good to crack on. Look at what a day this is turning out to be. Honestly, I have had the best luck with the weather this weekend. Like, this is stunning. I'm actually 55 minutes into my run and I'm feeling good. A little bit, you know, those achy knees I had yesterday, they're a bit achy now, but you know, I've done a lot of running these last 8 days, so 7 days, I don't really know how to count it when it's Sunday to Sunday, but 8 days, week, whatever. So it's probably not too unsurprising, and that had some harder efforts on Wednesday as well. So I did my long run Sunday, then, oh, slippy here. Long run Sunday, run club Monday, strength Tuesday, threshold efforts Wednesday, strength Thursday, rest Friday, 4.5 hours yesterday, 2 to 3 hours today. So it's been pretty full on. So it's probably not unsurprising. not unsurprising, not surprising. Yeah, it's probably not surprising that, you know, I am feeling it, but I will get home probably about 11, rest up for the rest of the day, ibuprofen, elevate my legs, and just rest, get my compression boots on, and like really take my rest seriously, because no, I'm not going down there. I think I've got a run club tomorrow as well. So yeah, need to really focus on getting, oh my God, my arms are aching. Need to focus on really getting the rest in for the rest of the day when I get back. I also forgot to say, I'm now on episode 2 of my podcast of the day, which means I'm on episode 7. And there's only 10 in this series, so I'm probably going to get another one in after this as well. And then I won't have many left. 2 more seasons after this one, but I'm just going to save them for my really long runs so that it can make me giggle rather than listening on other runs or in my spare time. I think it's good to have a podcast or something that you listen to separately, and it hasn't always got to be. I know there's a huge thing about, you know, self-development podcasts or high performance podcasts. Not the high performance podcast, but you know, podcasts are going to make you better athletes. But sometimes when you're out on these runs, you just need something distracting, not an education, you know? Not that this isn't an education, but yeah, you can just have a giggle. And I think having this podcast on the past 2 days has honestly been a game changer. Time for a gold bar. It is 100% decided. These will be joining me in Snowdonia for sure. Okay, so I'm about an hour 40 in and nearly 16k, just on episode 8. Well, just started episode 8 of my podcast. Not long to go now. 2 hours, 1 minute, and I've got about 1k left of my route. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy to call it there. It ended up being like just shy of 2:10, but it's still 2 to 3 hours. And I think I'd rather finish it on good vibes. So we are so close. Not too shabby. I mean, just take a second for the fact that Garmin is calling me productive for the 2nd day in a row. I don't know what I'm more proud of. Okay, I'm back in the car. I am done. It ended up being 20.15 kilometers or something, and it came to 2 hours and 10 minutes, something like that. The goal was 2 to 3 hours at a good vibes pace was the thing on my training plan, and that felt good vibes. It was like 6:30 something per kilometre. I was able to get into like a flow of things I hadn't been able to get into yesterday because of all of the elevation. So it felt quite nice, but it did mean that my achy knees just constantly took a pounding. They're quite hard packed trails here, which is wonderful, but then also combined with like some slippy mud. But honestly, I'm so happy. These last 2 days, even though they're back to back, even with not really much rest at all since my bad run last weekend, I don't think these could have gone better. I'm very, very happy with these. And yeah, so I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you for watching. I hope it's also going to be encouraging as well. If anyone is experiencing bad runs at the moment, seeing my last video and then seeing this one, honestly, the difference is the worlds apart, right? So hopefully it's encouraging that you can have a run like last weekend and then everything just click differently. try and be asleep by 10 p.m. gal. So this race starts at 5 a.m. I could be running way until 1, 2 p.m. the following day. So that means not going to bed at night. And given that I'm asleep by 10 p.m. gal most nights, I think staying awake is going to be a huge thing for me. So I'm practicing. If I'm practicing everything else in my training, why would I not practice staying awake? So the plan is to get up as usual on Friday morning, work all day, and then just not go to bed Friday night, and then go for a run on Saturday morning. I think it would be good to see what I'm like running with no sleep at all. So that is what I'm doing next week, next video. So make sure you come back and I'll see you then.